Please welcome, he's originally from New York, but he's living in Arlington, Mund!
Hey, how's everyone doing tonight? Yeah, like I give a shit. So is anybody else here a hypochondriac? Any hypochondriacs in the audience? That's right, you're all a bunch of sick bastards. No, I'm a bit of a hypochondriac too. I sort of have these GI problems, and not to support our troops kind of GI problems. It's more a little bit more cannot make poops. Anyway, and as a result, I've gone to the doctor to get that checked out a number of different times, and as a result, I've had every inspector ass test known to man, and they are all really, really pleasant, as you might imagine. They all start off with something called PrEP, and in the medical context, PrEP is never your friend. PrEP is not puppies, PrEP is not rainbows. PrEP is something horrible that they make you do yourself before you show up at the doctor's office. And they all start off in different ways. Take a couple of pills here, drink this concoction there. I mean, one of them even had in case of emergency, break glass suppository, a silver bullet for the butt, if you will. And anyway, they all start out differently, but they do all end the same way, and that's with me hovering above the bowl on a liquefied column of shit that's coming out of my ass like a Saturn V. It's really, really horrible, and But I thought I'd share with you one particular experience this evening. It's called radiodefecography. Let's think about that word for just a second now. Defecography. It's the twisted love child of photography and defecate. And to cut to the chase, they make a videotape of your insides while you take a crap. It's really quite amazing. To see inside, they have to put a barium paste up your tush. So I go to the hospital. Stripped down to a hospital gown, and the doctor picks up something that looks exactly like a tube of silicone caulk, and he cuts off the tip. And then he pulls out a caulk gun, and I'm not talking about something that looks like a caulk gun, I'm talking about a caulk gun with a Home Depot tag still fucking hanging off. He puts the entire contraption up my ass and proceeds to put the entire tube of caulk up my butt. He then, well, Mr. Mund, I'm not quite sure if that's quite enough, and he takes another tube, cuts it off, and he once, and I groan, and he's like, well, perhaps we do have enough in there after all. And I was like, whoa, if I had known that was the safe word, I would have been done like half a tube ago. So I sort of waddle out to the next room, butt hanging out of the hospital gown, and he opens up a door, and it's like a scene from The Matrix or the original Star Trek. I mean, there are video screens everywhere, and lights flashing, and people sitting sort of talking in hushed voices beside computers and stuff like that. And I don't notice any of it though, because there, sitting in the middle of the room, on a platform raised roughly to chest height, is a commode. And also in the room are 25 people or so, because it turns out that GW, number one, is a teaching hospital. And number two, this is only the second time that they've done this to anyone, and they're still learning how. So they're explaining the entire process while I'm standing there, butt hanging out. They're explaining the process, what's going on. Okay, Mr. Mund, it's time. Please take the position. So there I am. I ascend the 4 or 5 steps up the dais to sit on what can only be described as the throne, and like I'm the king of crap, the prince of poop, the duke of dookies. Sit down, and they move this weird little semicircular contraption thing around me, and suddenly they flip a few switches, type in a few things in the computers, and suddenly all those screens are filled with images of my insides that everyone can see. It's really quite amazing. Okay, Mr. Mund, please evacuate. You mean I have to climb back down? No. You please evacuate your bowels. Now? Yes. In front of all these people? Yes. I don't know that I can do that. Well, Mr. Mund, if it's a problem, we can always put some more medium in there. Well, I guess that's good enough. So I sit there and I try to do my business, and and I've got this audience of dozens, including myself, because I've got this panoramic view of my innards on the stuff all around me. It's fabulous. And the whole time this is happening, there's somebody giving a running commentary, like the color guy in a sports event. And it's not like he's the golf commentator. It's not like, it's all quiet, like, and here we can see the pelvic floor in action. Oh, there we go. No. It's like the guy from Univision calling the World Cup. It's like, oh, we see the floor of the pelvic action, and here goes the, through the rectum, and the end is a poo! All right, folks, thanks very much. It's my time.
Mund! You guys are so good, man. This is awesome, man. All right.